Marquette Golden Eagles take the season series against the Seton Hall Pirates, winning 88-85 tonight. He's Chris Russo, I'm JP Proulx, and here's our breakdown for tonight's game. Chris, first question, what is your biggest takeaway from the night?
The Pirates just could not rebound, and that is not what you're supposed to do against Marquette. Marquette was 10th, as I said in that little halftime report earlier. Marquette is 10th, dead last in the Big East in terms of defensive rebounds. They out-rebounded the Pirates by 10 tonight, and that's especially rare when you consider the Big East's all-time rebound leader in Angel Delgado on the floor.
That's right. Golden Eagles had 42 rebounds to the Pirates' 32 tonight. That's not what you want, especially when Delgado only had 7 rebounds.
Yeah. And especially considering Sam Hauser, who is not necessarily a guy on that team known for rebounding, led the game with 10. That's one of the weirdest parts.
So let's take it over to a different side. You know, the cruel animal. We talk about it every day. Free throws, ladies and gentlemen. Can this team make a free throw? I mean, I don't want to sound too negative right now, but like, what do they have to do, and what did you see there from the line?
Well, practice, practice, practice is what you have to do. But the Pirates shot 50% from the line in the first half and 67% in the second half. They were simply atrocious tonight. They shot 20 for 33 from the line, and that was ultimately the difference. They only lost by 3 points. If they could just hit a couple of free throws, they're back in this game. Maybe we have overtime. Maybe we even have a Pirate blowout. And
speaking of free throws, we caught up with Desi Rodriguez, who talked about the issue.
It's very frustrating. We really practiced that in practice, and we didn't make our free throws today. I missed about 4, about 7 for 11. That's bad. That's not usually me. We miss a lot of free throws for us to go on a run and change the momentum. And that really hurt us today. And we got to do a better job being focused, coming in, and just having a better effort. And we didn't have that today. It's sad.
Now we're going to head over to the defensive side of the ball tonight. Spoke to Ishmael Sanogo after the game. What did you get a takeaway from the defensive side of the ball?
He was frustrated. The whole team was frustrated. We saw Desi Rodriguez was frustrated as well when we saw him afterwards. The team could just not defend the perimeter, and Marquette was outstanding from three-point range. They actually shot better from three-point range than Seton Hall shot from the free throw line. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, that's
if you're a Pirates fan. It was just ultimately disappointing for the Pirates tonight. They didn't really contain anybody. Well, there were, I believe, 4 Golden Eagles that were in double digits tonight, but the one that really went off, they could not contain Marcus Howard. Marcus Howard had 35, I believe it was 35 points this evening, and he just went off in the second half. They were not able to control him, and the biggest factor, Marquette went 20 of 23 from the line, as opposed to Seton Hall's 20 of 33. Marcus Howard shot 10 of 10 from the line. He's one of the most, probably the best free throw shooter in the Big East right now.
To piggyback off of that, we're going to talk about their Super Splash Brothers going 11 from 18 from deep. That is insane numbers of three-point shooting. When you think about Sam Hauser, you talk about Andrew Rousey. You started off a little cold, but then he came through all through the night. And we're gonna take it over to Ish to see what he had to say about the game.
I'm gonna take the blame for that because, you know, as being the defensive guy, I've got to come out with better energy. And you know, these guys, they followed my lead on defense, and I didn't come out with the right intensity on defense. You know, and like a good shooting team like Marquette, you let them get going, it's hard to stop them. So I'm gonna take the blame on that one.
So if you could take one thing away from tonight's game that's for a positive way, for me personally, I'm going to go with Jordan Jelly Walker. What did you think about it?
Jordan Walker did look great. He played very well defensively, had a couple of big steals, and really ignited the place when the Pirates were down by 10 or more at a few points in this game. But I think the biggest takeaway from tonight is the fact that the Pirates had 15 assists compared to 4 turnovers.
Oh, very big, very big.
One of the probably the most impressive stat of the Pirates tonight, because Marquette dominated the stat sheet, even though it was only a 3-point game, and the Pirates stayed in it. But, you know, I think the other thing was we heard from Kevin Willard for a moment. We went to his press conference, and he said something to the extent of, this team fought hard, scrapped on the road late last year. Remember, they had that big win at Butler that really solidified their tournament chances, and he hopes that they can try to do that again. And considering the Pirates were dominated tonight but kept it to a 3-point game, if I'm a Pirates fan, I have faith right now.
Now let's look ahead to the weekend, going on the road in DC against Georgetown. What is your key to winning that game?
Well, you're going to have to be able to get rebounds unlike they could tonight. That's the biggest factor. Play to your strengths. Play to Angel Delgado. Play to the biggest rebounder in the history of the Big East Conference. If you're able to do that and score in the paint, you can knock off Georgetown.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Well, that's going to do it from The Rock. He's Chris Russo. I'm JP Proulx. See you guys next time.